Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2018 Nonstop 70-Star Tournament, round number 2, presented by GSA. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited, and this is looking to be another hot one.
I am super excited for this run, starting up with the BlueBob and then the current world record holder, TriforceTK. Super interesting. The new world record was only established just a couple of days ago. Lunar Jump holding on to the top for such a long time. We have both runners currently in the call with us.
How's it going?
Jinx.
Jinx.
Pinch poke, you owe me a Coke. I guess that's how that goes. So, BlueBob, how do you feel, coming from, being a normal 120 runner, a 70-star runner, going into this different category where you just honestly don't stop, you don't have that break? I mean, what is your thought process going into this?
Honestly, it's a huge difference. Like, I've done a couple nonstop runs, and I've found that I'm wildly inconsistent. So, I might drop like a 30, or I might get like a 38. I have no idea.
That's fair. I mean, and that's funny coming from you being one of those really consistent players. What have you done to kind of prepare for this tournament?
I learned nonstop. That's probably about it.
Right.
I've only done maybe I think 3 or 4 runs, so my expectations are low, but that just leaves me room to go up again. We'll see what happens.
Jonas and I were sitting here talking just a little bit before the stream, talking about the category and how it's so different. Can you kind of elaborate on that a little bit, Jonas?
Well, yeah. Apart from the obvious, which hopefully you know at this point, but if you don't, when you get a star, you don't get kicked out of the stage. You just keep going, and the purpose is to sweep as many as you can in a single pass until you get up to 70. But just from a mental perspective, you don't get any time to rest between stars. Where if you think of the regular game, it's almost like a game of American football. You call a play, you execute it, and then you go back to the huddle. You jump out of the painting, you save and all that. But this is like some more like soccer, where you're just free flowing the whole time, and it's a lot more wearing on maybe your hands or your mental state. If you make a
100%.
mistake, it can really cost you a lot of time.
Absolutely, and especially on those 100 coin routes, man. At the end, you're looking at a minute plus time loss if you happen to just fail at the end of like a CCM
Definitely.
100 or something like that.
I've done that.
Yeah, me too.
TK, being the newest world record holder, this is your first tournament, correct?
That is correct. First tournament race.
So how do you feel about it?
I'm actually pretty nervous. I think if I actually didn't have the world record right now, I'd probably be less nervous because I feel like everyone's expectations of me and my expectations of myself are much higher because I've been getting like pretty good times. So I think those kind of nerves are going to affect my gameplay, but hopefully I can get over it and produce a decent run.
I think that's fair. I did want to ask you though, because you haven't been running nonstop for that long. What made you get into it, and how do you think you got to the top so quickly?
Well, actually, my boy JMO Gaming, when he asked me to be a part of Blue Esports a couple weeks ago, he pointed out that there was a nonstop 70 tournament going. He asked if I wanted to join because a lot of people from the team were joining, and I was like, why not? We'll see. We'll see how I can do. I did a couple of runs, and I immediately just, kind of fell in love with the category because, I was pretty experienced with normal 70 before, but I just loved the chaotic, nonstop gameplay. Even though if it does wear on my hands a little bit, but still fun.
Got any favorite parts or sequences?
SSL is really fun. I'm going to show you a neat little thing in there. A couple of spicy tricks here and there, but
It sounds like TriforceTK is coming up with some surprises for this race, so that's kind of exciting.
Yeah,
to look forward
Scared
to.
me.
no, just tiny little optimizations that people may have not seen before, but
I think I've seen them, but for most of the viewers, it'll be a fresh experience for sure.
Yeah.
I hope you're all ready.
Absolutely. So thank you very much, racers. We're going to go ahead and start getting started here. Again, with this 70-star nonstop run coming through round 2. We were talking a little bit earlier. We are starting round 2 a little bit earlier than normal. Typically, you finish out with round 1, start out with round 2, but the flow is just kind of happened there.
Yeah, I think that's all that's got to be said. Enjoy the race.
Absolutely, guys. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Good
Thanks.
luck, Triforce.
Good luck, BlueBob.
So, as you were saying earlier, it's pretty interesting watching this race. I got a chance to kind of sneak in on both of the runners to see what they were going to do, what they were going to try to beat. Triforce
Hmm.
TK bopping lunar jump, which was absolutely crazy. I mean, it wasn't just a little bop; it was a huge bop, and congratulations to him. 29:43 is the current world record.
Yep.
Uh, did you happen to see that run?
I did. Well, no, I did not actually. I think it's
Well,
actually really insane though how he's got both the 29s because no one else has gotten one yet. But it really shows you how much more potential is untapped in this category, being it's so young and unoptimized. A lot of things yet to be timed. I don't know if you were
absolutely.
aware, but Segotu had a run that was on 28 pace going into TikTok clock like 3 days ago.
I was not. Wow. I mean, Segodu, he is obviously one of the guys that both of these runners do fear in this tournament because talk about consistency. Segodu is just incredibly consistent and very determined and accurate at all of his movement. And as Blue Bob has always said, movement save minutes, strat save seconds. So that really kind of makes all the difference, especially in a category like this.
I couldn't agree more. It's just amazing to see that someone not only on emulator but on keyboard has put it together a run way beyond anything we've ever seen so far. So I'm just so excited.
I am as well. Looks like we're getting started here. Both with Lakitu Skip starting off fairly easy. What's interesting is so you don't have the intro, you still have Lakitu right here in
Yes.
the beginning. Now, how this is done, it's actually with Game Shark codes that just kind of takes out the animation of leaving the stage. Now, you have more experience than I do, particularly with Nonstop. Can you kind of explain that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. It's not that much of. It's not that many lines of Game Shark code, really. BlueBob and Triforce both getting bomb clipped fairly well, not going for Island Hop. I just wanted to not miss that part of the action. It just the intro skip and eliminating the, I guess, animation or cutscene that plays when you grab the star. That's
Right.
really all there is to it.
What's really cool and what I like watching in these particular runs is watching how each individual runner may alter their route just a little bit. We saw
Oh no! Triforce missing the
Triforce
star.
TK,
Okay.
the very
I mean,
second star.
I think
Wow.
this is Commentator's curse at its finest. You're talking about the difference of runs. Triforce doing the Toast Rider route, where you do the shoot in the blue side flip off of the tree to make the sort of very fast cycle, where BlueBob is opting for Cannonless first, which will make the same, it'll look the same cycle, but it's actually one full length behind, about 14 seconds, where they look synced now, but BlueBob is a good bit in the lead here. You see,
Because
okay, go ahead.
this route hasn't been run a whole lot before this tournament, so I really like seeing these optimizations that the runners come up with.
Yep. There's a few actually different routes that you can do here. BlueBob electing to go straight up to the Womp King, but you can actually go ahead and do the islands first. Or what I've tried doing is this triple jump dive to land on like the empty middle island, which is super swag but very inconsistent. It saves about a second, but I wouldn't expect anyone to go for it. And I was talking to Triforce when he was streaming, and he said like, yeah, it just seems really inconsistent. I was telling him, yeah, it's very certain amount of there's a very precise amount of speed you need to have so you don't roll out too far or miss it entirely. So
we see
otherwise
that a lot.
BlueBob has had a pretty good womps, and Triforce is a bit behind, but it's nothing
With
that
that
you
depth,
can't make up.
absolutely. We have 30 minutes of a run here going, so he definitely has time that he can make up. Blue Bob's death is intentional, so what he has to do is both of these runners now have to kill themselves to be able to spawn the tower for the last 2 stars.
Mm-hmm. And they both actually opt for the death. You can elect to save and exit course. Not save, but just exit course. And it only loses about a second. So they're going for a little bit faster strats here. Just you have to be confident you're not going to die 5 times in the run.
It's kind of interesting too. We talked about the routes. We talked about potential time saves, and each runner is going to be different. Optimizing this run is key.
Yeah.
Looks
I want to
like we got-
mention
Go ahead.
the the long jump from the top of the tower to the caged island is a pretty big one, and they both actually practice the camera setup, I noticed, because you can see people like, I'm trying to think, but a few people who haven't done Nonstop before, they kind of like run around the tower trying to like wait for the camera to pan, but they knew exactly which angle they needed to hold, so it shows that they're putting in the work. And we have
Now-
BlueBob here in Dark World versus Triforce doing the slides, looking to get a good Chig cycle.
Now, in a normal 70-star route, it's only about a second or so time saved to actually do the slide first.
Mm-hmm.
However, we see where these routes convert, or they separate, and then eventually they're going to come right back together. So that's
Yep.
what's really cool about 70-star.
It's carpet to carpet. BlueBob missing Chig. I don't know if you
Ooh,
noticed,
Blue-
but
He did miss Shig, but however, I don't know if you saw that. He almost went for that dive at the end
Yes.
for that star.
muscle
know,
memory.
That muscle memory kicks in from the normal 70-star runs, and it just kind of takes over.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm just glad BlueBob got out of Dark World okay.
Absolutely. So it looks like Triforce is going to go ahead into Dark World now. Now, Triforce has already got the Slide Star and Wing Cap completed, which is what BlueBob is going to be going for now. So it's a little difficult. The star count up at the top is a little bit misleading.
Yeah, we should
Ooh.
know after they do Sky Jump where they
Little ground
stand.
pound right there in the beginning.
Nothing major though. Triforce with some dusty rollouts and awkward movement around this middle section. Going for
Now-
poverty normal cycle.
It looks like, this is Triforce's very first tournament, so I know the nerves are definitely there going against a powerhouse like BlueBob is. But, I mean, he
Yeah.
is the world record holder right now, so...
A good double firsties. Alright, he's winning the Bowser fight. No deaths, which is the most important thing, even though it was a bit of a sloppy Dark World.
Now, what's interesting here is with you dying as well, and I didn't realize this till the last match that I commentated, was you actually have to play into your deaths. So you're looking for those one-ups in Fire Sea and other locations so that you can actually time out your death so you don't game over.
Yeah, exactly. If you get like 2 accidental deaths, you will need extra lives over the course of this run. Some good places that you can find them are, like you said, in Fire Sea. There's about 2 really convenient ones to get in LLL. One in TTM and one in Rainbow Ride. TTM is by the Breeze, Rainbow Ride by the long jump to the Cruiser. Those are very much in your way, so you can get them without too much trouble.
Looks like BlueBob has got just a little
Oh,
bit on. Oh,
Triforce.
TK is slipping down. Gonna try one more time.
Okay, BlueBob touched the CCM door at a 6:43. I'd say Triforce is still about 15 seconds behind.
But still plenty of time to catch up.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to make any bold claims about how this is going to turn out.
This is insane to me. And this is what we talked about in the pre-race interview. CCM 100 specifically, once the runners get to it. Now, the normal 70-star, you're going to do the 100 with the Penguin. However, I've noticed in Nonstop, you don't. Why is that?
Well, it's quite simple. The Penguin doesn't spawn on the first star. You have to get star 3 for that. But more so than that, you just... actually, that's the only reason. But in CCM, for normal 70, you can elect to do slip sliding away 100 without the Penguin as well. But you have to double pillarless if you want to do HMC late. But that's in a whole other story. One thing that I really like about CCM is this kind of top to bottom movement. You go down, you go back up, and you go down again. It's just a lot of fun to watch. Whereas in the regular RTA, it might seem like a bit of a slow stage. You're definitely slipping and sliding all around
for sure.
nonstop.
And it's interesting too in all of the routing without stopping between the stars. Of course, that changes the entire dynamic of the stage. It's almost like playing a brand new game.
Yeah, for sure. BlueBob with a triple jump wall kick, good stuff. That bridge long jump is a bit tricky if you've never done it before either. I want to see how he finishes out the stage because If you also have never done this before, sliding off that little slope there to grab the coins might be a bit of a Monka S for you, but BlueBob seems to have done it all right. Triforce not too far behind, missed the blue coin switch, but it won't delay him much. It won't delay him much. And
We have
we'll
seen a
see-
couple of deaths right here by the arrow at the last little bit of 100 coin. BlueBob on his way to BBH Big Boo's house.
Indeed. Triforce, good CCM from both sides, I think. There's nothing too difficult from a technical standpoint between WOMS and SSL. It's just some pretty good movement, and you should be alright, but the
Now,
triple jump
lethal
wall kick is
lava-
probably the most challenging thing in that section.
That's probably the most exciting part of this run to me is Lethal Avalanche. I love the course myself, but it is incredibly taxing on the runners for sure.
Yeah, Nonstop, it's a whole different beast.
Looks like TriforceTK is about 16 seconds behind BlueBob currently. Maintaining that pace, right nipping at his heels.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have BlueBob going down in the basement. And into SSL. Triforce, not too far behind. This has been a pretty good race, other than that side flip into the tree, or out of the tree. There's really been no major mistakes from either side.
And hopefully that's going to be the only mistake that we see here in the beginning. Looks like BlueBob with the nice punch to grab Mips.
Wow, hot stuff. Triforce going to be getting Mips as well. We'll see how this goes. You would expect him to get it, but it's not something you ever want to fail, and he'll do it just fine.
Now, is the punch a little bit faster than that that dive right there to pick up Mips? Because I do notice that difference between quite a few runners.
It's definitely faster. It's about, I think it's slightly less than a second, but I don't want to be spouting off numbers. I don't know for sure.
TriforceTK bonking a little bit going into SSL.
BlueBob with the nice pillars there. You may notice that when they get the Talon, they have to be holding like a bit
Look
of a
at
down.
TK. Look,
Yeah, oh
look.
yeah.
I don't
That's
think
one of the
we've
things
seen
that
that.
he's done.
We haven't seen that strat at all. Riding along the sand right there instead of taking that safe route.
Yeah, definitely one of the things he was hitting at in the pregame. He's also gonna go for a little like ledge grab bonk. Oh no, never mind. Oh, he did do it. Okay,
He
just a
did.
bit weird. But that just allows you to get through the get down from the first start of the secrets a bit faster. So Triforce definitely showing off. I bet he's feeling good. Maybe that'll boost his confidence and relieve some of those nerves I'm sure he's feeling.
You can already see his movement is way more deliberate now. Way more deliberate. You know, with that deliberate movement, again, that's your time saved right there. That's what he's going to have to do to be able to catch up with BlueBob here in Lethal Avalanche.
Yeah. BlueBob liking to stay in Mario Cam. A bit of an awkward angle here. Going for the kind of slow reg route. I mean,
Ooh, and he burns.
if you watch D Whatever do Nonstop, I do the same route that he does, where you kind of go in a circle around the outside edge, going
I've noticed
counterclockwise. Triforce will be going for the kind of Toast Rider reds, where you just kind of noob, just run through the last three. See, BlueBob going to be going for the bullies. These are a bit tricky because it's a bit harder to set them up than a normal 70, since they're already targeting you.
You're almost approaching from the back as well, correct?
Yeah, you're coming in from the direct left, where the top bully and the left bully are already going to see you by the time you get onto the platform. And Triforce is going to get bullied. BlueBob going for lava boost, all eyes on him.
Oh, and he is not able to get
No
that
problem.
side off.
Triforce killing the bullies. Now this long jump is one of the scarier things to do in Nonstop. That looks sketchy.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
BlueBob gonna miss that. Can he get back on the elevator? No. He needs coins now, and I don't think there's gonna be enough. He's gonna have to go like up the volcano manually.
All the way up. This
Oh,
is...
actually no, he's good. definitely taking his time. He doesn't want to risk missing the elevator and dying. Triforce missing lava boost. This is a big time loss for him. BlueBob looking to hold on to his lead despite his mistakes. Triforce, I don't know if he's practiced his volcano movement, but it looks alright. Actually, there's no way he hasn't. He's definitely done 120. He has like a 145. I don't know what I'm talking about. He's going to go for this long jump here. Ooh, a nice recoil kick. But this is the long jump. Oh no, he's dead. This is such a non-stop moment. The volcano is probably the most stressful point in the entire run as far as I'm concerned. Just having to do lava boost followed up with pretty precise long. And you die if you fail either, so.
Very intimidating for these runners.
Do or die. BlueBob getting to cool off with a little bit of water. Triforce on his way
now,
in.
What's interesting here, so TriforceTK is currently running on emulator.
Yes.
So you see BlueBob, of course, doing the normal lag reduction here in DDD.
Yeah, definitely looking to save a lot of time that he wouldn't otherwise without doing lag reduction. Triforce, as you said, he doesn't have to worry about it. BlueBob with some good Jetstream rings. Looks like he's going to grab the star just fine. Triforce not doing chests either. It's a pretty slow star that was kind of routed out. But you can still do it if you're non-confident in like Void Dry World Secrets or something of that nature, which will be coming up after Fire Sea. Definitely one of the most fun to watch stars in the run.
Now, being a nonstop runner, I mean, how do you feel about TTC 100? I know once you get up to Tippy, the nerves are going. You're going absolutely crazy with
sure.
Wondering where your opponent is. How do you feel about TTC 100?
I personally do TTC 100, and it hasn't really been that bad for me for the most part. Because you have to get the reds, so you just do that at the beginning rather than the end. The only thing that you really do have to practice, though, is after you get the 8th red, you want to grab it with a side flip, so that way you don't fall off the light green pistons.
Right.
That way you can grab the star and do like a triple jump, and you pull back a ton, and you land on like the top row of platforms, and then you can do the triple jump wall kick that you would in normal 100 coin. Excuse me. That's probably the hardest thing. BlueBob electing to get a 1-up since he was
One up
cycle. Triforce and Fire Sea as well. I'm not sure what cycle he'll be able to make.
Might as well.
He's definitely going to go for lava boost, but you know, it's pretty easy to mess it up. Especially this part where you roll out on the ground. That looked good. Oh no, he missed a second wall kick. That's going to kill early cycle, I believe. BlueBob going to finish up Fire Sea. I did want to mention with TTC 100, you can actually choose to do the blue coins kind of early on like you would in the regular 100 coin, or do it after you get the stomp on the thwomp and you go down past the time jumps on moving bars. You can get it with the pendulums. I'm not sure which one's faster.
And that makes sense, you know, and that's where we talked about routing. You'll actually see in TTC a lot of runners diverge at that point. Some runners feel, hey, I start from top to bottom. Some, it's bottom to top.
I think that the way to go is definitely top to bottom. If you start at the bottom, you're really just going out of your way to weave around all the stars there. Where if you go from the top, everything's pretty much stacked right on top of each other. You just drop down on each one, and it's like 5 stars in 15 seconds.
Plus you have, yeah, exactly. I mean, you have that backup there too if you happen to miss something.
For sure.
BlueBob going in at 1727.
So in Wet Dry World, if you haven't seen it, they're going to be going for the warp to get shocking arrow lifts, and then they're going to drop down and get secrets. And if you're feeling bold, you're going to long jump off of the platform that is like the falling elevator, get the star, and then go back up the elevator as it's rising. BlueBob going to intensely burn himself on the flame to avoid fall damage. That's what that's for. It wasn't a mistake. Just want to point that out.
See, and that's where, you know, these particular runs kind of throw folks that watch traditional speed runs of this game. You know, a lot of times Wet Dry World 100 is the very first star for 70 star.
You probably could figure out a way to do it in nonstop. Probably be slow though. Okay, BlueBob getting a nice touch on the side of that box. On N64, that would cause a lot of lag if you broke it. I'm a bit frozen right now. Okay. Good long jump. Didn't clip the fence, but he should be fine either way. He's gonna have to beat this elevator to the top. No problem. He's got it.
No problem. Too easy for BlueBob.
Yeah.
BlueBob heading back upstairs.
You can actually enter THI a little bit quicker if you buffer kick left and then just long jump directly left after that. I just wanted to point that out. Triforce gonna beat the elevator. Let's see what he's got. Looks good.
Again, too easy
Nice and clean.
for these experienced runners.
Yeah. It is a very costly mistake though. If you miss a wall kick or bonk and fall down. So now after getting secrets, you're going to take the warp and do pluck the piranha flower. And then get tip top of the huge island.
Yep, so all of those stars pretty much the same as the normal 70 route.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there really isn't any new movement, you're just transitioning between stars in
Ooh.
THI.
BlueBob not quite getting a slide kick off.
Yep. Getting a side flip into the star, notes the stuff. The grass, if you've ever played the game, is like kind of bogs you down, which is why he goes, it's like a very low side flip and you have to ledge grab the pipe.
So currently right now,
Ooh, missing the mountain clip.
about
Sorry, go ahead.
about a star ahead right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maintaining that consistency.
Triforce not side flipping. BlueBob gonna go for THI cave. Definitely a very death prone area of the run. But he's no stranger to it.
With as many 120s as BlueBob has under his belt, yeah, this is child's play for him.
Nice and clean. Good stuff from BlueBob. Triforce is going to be joining him in the cave. He's been right on BlueBob's tail most of this race. I think BlueBob has done well to keep his lead against the world record holder, but Triforce is not out of this at all.
Not at all. Grab this toad star before heading into TTM.
Probably one of my favorite stages in Nonstop.
You know,
There's a
it
lot of
looks
nice
like it's
strategy
fun.
you can do.
It looks like it would be something that would be different.
Ooh, missing mountain clip.
Missing mountain clip.
You hate to see it. You
Twice in
hate
a
to see it.
row.
BlueBob's got to get it together.
There we go.
I really don't know what he was up to. Okay. Log wall kick.
Oh,
Oh!
good backup. Very nice.
Triforce missing it as well. I don't know
BlueBob.
what's up with these mountains, but
Wow.
they are in denial. Okay, my screen's frozen.
All right, there we go. BlueBob making it back up. Gonna take the safe route here.
Triforce doing a comfier side flip into the star here. Setting up for this back flip to climb the waterfall. Very cool. Now gonna be doing a super speed slide kind of onto the star on the lonely
And-
mushroom.
For the first time, TriforceTK has now taken the lead in this particular run.
Absolutely. Not going for the long jump. Maybe didn't like his spacing or just playing it a bit safe. BlueBob is going to elect for it and will pull off successfully. Hot reds from BlueBob. It looks side flip. That's good. He's gonna save a bit of time over over Triforce with that really impressive display of movement. Oh my god, he almost died. He was like a few
Wow.
more pixels to the left. That breeze would not have sustained him. Triforce gonna wrap up TTM in the lead now. Neither of them electing to go for the 1-up next to the breeze. This is a very close race, not even 10 seconds apart.
And it's flipped, and that's how it works, you know. In nonstop, it happens just that quick. Just these small errors will cost a lot.
Absolutely. Snowman's head successful for Triforce.
Ooh.
Ooh, but he's not going to get that forward slide he was looking for. Let's see what BlueBob's got in store. There's a few different variations of movement you can do. What happened there?
Oh,
He just got... I couldn't even see what happened because of the frames. I don't know what's happening with BlueBob right now. He's like possessing superhuman qualities, but are not necessarily in his favor. Okay, both on this shell, looking pretty synced.
For probably one of the first times in this race, actually.
Yeah. Okay, BlueBob gonna get the bully first, while Triforce is gonna start with the reds. He's using the... I wouldn't call it manipulation, but I guess it is. He kind of manipulates the bully by starting from the far left side to get the bully to charge him. Then he jumps from the right and kills him pretty easily.
So
It's a nice way to make sure he's close to the edge.
Fun fact as well about Nonstop 70 star. After you get the star, the shell disappears. I believe that does the same with the wing cap.
Oh
as
my
well.
god. I don't
Both
interrupt
of
you,
them.
but they both fail deep freeze.
Both of them, almost in sync.
That's insane. Both of them doing HMC late. Gonna get second
Now-
MIPS.
I know typically in a normal 70 star run, this only saves maybe a second or so. I mean, what is the optimization here in a Nonstop 70?
I believe it's a couple more seconds, but I don't know the exact numbers.
I mean, I don't even know if Triforce knows how close he is to BlueBob now. This is truly an awesome race between two really awesome runners.
They are quite literally tied. Now, one thing you could see is the box jump route. I think Triforce does the box jump route. Choosing two different methods to go for amazing emergency exit here.
If you notice, they got to start at the exact same time.
Yeah. Okay, no, they're not going for box jump. Wow.
Wow, very synced. Very, very synced.
That's
wow.
unbelievable. Let's see if either one of them can hit the switch. It's pretty finicky. BlueBob gonna miss. Triforce gonna hit it. That's gonna put him about 5 seconds in the lead. Gonna grab this star and head up to Tippy. For the first time, I mean, I guess he had the lead out of TTM, but he's looking to be in the driver's seat for the last stretch of this run.
And we go to Tippy, the run killer for all runs.
Mhm.
You know, I noticed both runners practicing over and over. As a matter of fact, TriforceTK was streaming last night and almost world record again, just on a no reset run. So we know he's got the consistency here.
Yeah. I actually don't think Rainbow Ride is particularly difficult. There's no like lack 2 bounds, or you don't have to do any of those glitchy ball kicks or the kind of one you do for tricky triangles.
Right.
But there are a few ways you could die anyway, because it is Rainbow Ride after all. Good
One
looking
that-
Reds out of Triforce. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say the one course that makes all of the runners tremble is coming up here soon, the tick-tock clock, where movement is key.
Mm-hmm. And I believe neither of them will be doing TTC 100 since they'll have 63 stars after Rainbow Ride. And open the cannon. Oh no! He missed times
TK.
A. Just missing that one A press is going to cost him like 20 seconds. BlueBob back in the lead. Going to be going to get the cruiser. Triforce behind, looking to make up that ground, but BlueBob also going to fail the long jump. He's still going to be a little bit in the lead. Doesn't want to get hit by that fire. Sometimes it'll just start blowing in right in your face and kill you. Okay, now they're back to sync. Triforce has taken the lead again.
This
Doesn't
race is
want
just
to fail
back
this side flip. Okay. BlueBob. Alright, that looks fine as well. My
This is
stream
another one of
frozen.
those stars.
Alright, good cannon shots from both. You can actually like jump and kick into the side of the box. And it's a bit faster. Okay.
One more star here in Rainbow Ride.
It's swinging in the breeze. BlueBob gonna have to wait for that cycle, unfortunately.
TK heading out, and BlueBob burns.
Burn.
Gonna lose a little bit of time now as Triforce TK heads into TTC right after this Toad Star.
Yep. Both of them looking pretty good on lives. Triforce will have 1 life after TTC if he doesn't die unintentionally. BlueBob entering early.
Oh,
Will you like
no.
to do the time moving stars, I wonder? No, you're just gonna try and
No.
die. Triforce off to another lead. Now it's
can
really
see
up
the
to
confidence.
him.
You can definitely see Triforce TK in his confidence right now.
Yeah.
A
Oh,
little
he
shaky
misses
at the
the
beginning of the run,
box.
but definitely much better now. Ooh, misses once again.
Nice Mario cam. He's definitely practiced these camera angles because the camera tick-tock clock is a little wonky if you don't know what you're doing.
It is incredibly finicky.
Also, if you jump off the wrong surface there by the cage, you could just die. Okay. Triforce getting reds. And BlueBob a little bit behind. Gonna be stomping the Thwomp, but it's all up to Triforce at this point.
All right, and here we go. Going upstairs to see Bowser. This has been an incredible race so far, and this is only the first race. This is a best of 3 today, so for sure, this
Yeah,
will
BlueBob's-
continue on.
Yeah, BlueBob wasn't feeling too confident, but he's definitely come to play today. He's not going down without a fight. Triforce, okay. Usually in bits, okay, I don't know how much that was intentional, but at least he's okay. That's a very unorthodox movement.
You know, it's interesting. Triforce TK said he's been running Nonstop 70 Star for how long?
Only a few weeks, yeah.
Only a few weeks, so.
Oh, okay. Being very careful for this triple jump wall kick. And he gets it. Alright, good platform movement. Triforce entering the pipe on 31 pace in round 1. Race
Truly
1, rather. BlueBob, probably looking to PB. I don't know if he has a 31.
Oh, and he all the way down.
Triforce doing his throws. This is all he needs. First one, not gonna land. Once that happens, your mind starts to race, and you just gotta sit in your own disappointment and anxiety. He misses the second one. BlueBob coming up for triple jump wall kick. Makes it. Triforce grabbing Bowser again, going for the third throw.
A
First
nail
one
biter.
successful.
And
BlueBob falls
again.
again. Triforce with throw number 2. He's 1 throw away from clinching race number 1 against BlueBob. Hit by Bowser. It's not really of much consequence at this point. Not going to get a 31. Going to close out a low 32.
Very
First
nice.
race. Really impressive. I don't think neither of them died outside of Triforce's death right at the very beginning.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, looks like BlueBob's still struggling with that triple jump wall kick off of the wood blocks.
I guess he's gonna call it quits for this one. He was so close, but in the end he's gonna decide not to finish it out.
No worries at all. But I mean, these racers spent the entire time neck and neck within 10 to 15 seconds of each other. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, what a treat we've been given today.
I mean, this truly is got to be one of the best matchups of this tournament. All right, so we're going to go ahead and let the runners take a 2-minute break real quick while we get the timers reset. So yeah, starting off this race, you could definitely tell Triforce TK didn't have that confidence in the beginning, but once he started really playing, that muscle memory kicking in for this Nonstop 70, you noticed his confidence came back.
Yeah, he found his rhythm very well, and he sustained that through the entirety of the run. You know, when you get off to an early mistake, like how he died, I'm sure that's not something he was expecting, and certainly not something that's happened frequently to him. due to how many times I'm sure he's done it. So being able to bounce back like that and put it behind him shows a lot of mental strength, and
For
I don't
sure.
think he's going to be mentally beaten down no matter what happens going forward.
So I did want to mention also, kind of while we're taking this little break, we do have the Super Mario Odyssey final will be on Saturday over on our sister channel, GSA. It's going to be Speedrun's SMO. You've also got the SM64 Triple Bingo Tournament. Signups are happening today. So is that something you're going to do?
I don't think so. I'm not comfortable enough with all the stars for bingo.
I'll
I
tell you,
feel like I want to do some 120 runs before I got
BlueBob is like one of the bingo masters for sure. He's been in a couple of bingo tournaments that I've seen, and that's going to be really good. I'm pretty excited to see what folks sign up and what seeds that happen for sure.
Yeah, in terms of storylines, you mentioned Speedrun SMO. We have the rematch between Stravos and Suisaiga. A really tantalizing prospect for anyone who remotely cares about Mario Odyssey. And even if you don't, I would still tune in. Like, that's got to be a great time. I'm sure they've got a chip on their shoulder for this one. There's a lot on the line.
Oh, absolutely. I never got used to Super Mario Odyssey up until a couple of weeks ago, and it's definitely different than SM64, but I like the spin. Even Cheese is getting in on the action, testing out his SMO skills, and seeing what translates from SM64, which is definitely really cool to see.
Yeah, certainly one of the most active and rapidly evolving speedruns we have going on right now in 2018. Also, in terms of storylines, we have Toast Rider in the Nonstop 70 tournament again. So,
Yes.
definitely one of the greatest players to touch this game. Can he go 2 for 2 without even being like an active player?
Right. It's pretty awesome. If you want to see what the bracket is, !bracket will pull that information up for you. You can also use !schedule to take a look and see what the schedule is going on for this particular channel, and also join the Discord as well. A lot of good information that goes out there on runs that are coming up and different opportunities that happen.
I think we might be ready for race 2.
Alrighty, both of our runners getting ready here. We're just waiting on the countdown.
So now you've all seen the route, you know what to expect. Hopefully they stay with the same route that they did last time. And
I think so too. You may see a couple little surprises once again. Looks like BlueBob is ready, just waiting on TriforceTK.
I'm really impressed with Triforce doing his SSL strats, because I'm sure that's something you don't have to put time into. And even in a race, you're like, what if I fail it? It's gotta be so easy to fail that long jump. If
Oh,
you're just
absolutely.
a little bit off.
I would think out of the whole run, the long jump that would make me the most nervous if I was running is the long jump in the volcano. It just seems so far away to be able to hit that, and that's something that we see a lot of nonstop runners struggle with.
Yeah, and it isn't just that it's a maximum distance long jump. You can't ledge grab and you can't wall kick, so you have to make it straight up. Otherwise,
Right.
you won't.
Alright, it looks like both runners have readied up, so we should be starting in just a second. I'm just amazed how close these guys are. I mean, we were in sync probably 3, 4, 5 times. Saw the chat talking about HMC a little bit earlier, how the runners were in perfect sync, in perfect harmony, down to the side flip. That was truly awesome to see.
Yeah, I can't wait for race number 2.
And you know what? I'm really hoping this will go to race number 3. We'll definitely see as the runners get started now with good old Lakitu Skip.
Both successful, off to a good start, and they both went for bomb clip without island hop. I see no signs of them changing.
And I've seen the variants. To me, island hop seems riskier for not that much reward. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's definitely only appropriate if you're someone like D whatever, maybe Toast Rider, who's just so familiar with it. You could kind of do it just based off muscle memory.
BlueBob struggling getting that star a little bit. Headed into Womp's Fortress. Now, we talked about earlier getting those extra 1-ups. How many lives do you need to get? Or can you actually complete a nonstop 70 star without getting any 1-ups if you don't die?
I think with all the intentional deaths, so you've got. I mean, I guess you do have to get like one or. I think you die like 5 times, and you have 5 lives. So I would say you don't need to get any.
That's definitely something I'm going to check out as well, because that does play pretty deep into what these
Oh,
guys
that
are
reminds
doing.
me. Well, I forgot to mention this last race, but part of the point of the HMC late route is that you save having to die in LLO. You just exit course from the elevator star, which makes it really useful for a race.
Ooh, missing that blue
BlueBob
coin.
misses the blue, unfortunately.
Getting that RNG coin.
Yeah.
But right now, the racer's going to sync up just a little bit. The Womp King not cooperating with BlueBob.
BlueBob also showing off a Mario Cam setup to angle himself directly at that middle island that he's going to be long jumping to. So that's worth pointing out. Definitely one thing he's looked at. Triforce getting the coins on the islands. And BlueBob right behind him. Okay, he misses the rollout, but no big deal.
Runners are just about neck and neck here. I mean, the 100 coin route in a regular 70 or a 120 is already difficult enough to do it with speed and precision. I couldn't even imagine nonstop after your hands have been going 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's not too different from normal 100 coin movement that it's really unreasonable to learn or to execute well. I think one thing that is interesting for BlueBob though is when he got the 8th red coin, he started like running to the left as if he was gonna run off like he was gonna do an RTA. But in nonstop, usually, you run forward and get the lines, and then you get the star and end with the ring of coins. So I think that was just a bit of like conflicting brain signals for him.
And we noticed that a lot with guys that run these particular routes over and over. That muscle memory just built into your head. It is kind of difficult to switch gears.
BlueBob actually did switch gears just now. He's going for the slide instead of Dark World, which he did last run.
I do see that. I believe it was last run that he went with Dark World first, correct?
Yep.
Solid
Triforce with a
12.7.
12.7.
And BlueBob 12.8 on the first slide star.
I mean,
and what's cool
it's just
is
the one.
There's just one in nonstop. That's kind of nice, not having to repeat over and over.
Triforce doing what's, according to him, the hardest star in the game.
Yes.
The wing cap.
He has said that multiple times, getting those twins in the beginning and pushing forward.
BlueBob very comfortable with it, it seems.
You know, I think BlueBob actually wrote the book on the parabolas, as he called it, for this particular star.
Oh, did he hit the switch?
I do not know. He did not. Ooh, I don't know. We'll find out here shortly.
That's got to be unbelievably heartbreaking. I think that's a frame perfect pause as well, because if I'd imagine you ledge grab the switch and the next frame you press it, so he must have paused at that exact point. I don't really know if
we'll
there's...
definitely find out after Dark World, for sure.
I don't think he hit the switch though. He's gonna have to do it again. I mean, he does have to get the coins obviously, but it'll be like 10 seconds to hit the switch.
A little bit of dust out of TriforceTK, but he's got time to spare. BlueBob sliding down.
Yeah, Shig is a lot more lenient than you would originally think once you get used to the movement. Here he goes. No problem. BlueBob on his way, doing Poverty Shig. Triforce with the cleaner Dark World than last time, I would say as well.
It's almost as if they flipped.
Yeah. Okay. As long as BlueBob doesn't die here, okay, we're good. Both clean again. Definitely don't want to see a death in Dark World in a race like this. either Triforce or BlueBob are gonna want to let someone back in after that.
For sure. These have been great runs so far. Sub 6 Dark World.
That's actually really good. I think my best is like a 554, maybe 545, something like that.
And you know,
Wait,
your
no,
nerves
I don't really remember. It's not.
your nerves are going crazy. You're even in just a regular one where you could possibly PB. I can't imagine what's going now through these guys' heads as they're racing. It looks like he did get that switch.
Yeah, I
It
was
must have
about
been
to point
frame
that out.
perfect.
I wonder if is there a way to check if you've done it from like the menu? Because I don't think you can. You just kind of had to hope for the best.
So, right. BlueBob pulling up the in here, heading into CCM for TriforceTK.
Yeah. Not much to say otherwise than it's been another close race.
Incredibly close. But as we saw with the last race, anything could happen at any time.
I also want to mention on the slide where they're both 120 runners, so I'm sure they're pretty used to getting every single coin on the side, but you can't miss more than one, I don't think, and have enough for the star at the end. You may be able to miss two.
Let's see. Here.
You need 78, so I think Triforce got them all, and he has 64, so that means you can only miss one on the slide.
Yes. So he's got 79 coming out of the door right now.
What I like to do is I just long jump straight into the tree at the beginning, and then jump dive out of that into the chimney. Gives you 3 extra coins.
Just a little bit of padding.
Yeah. BlueBob not
BlueBob
wall
is
kicking
gonna be-
off of the out of his slide like Triforce did. Triforce just went straight ahead and did a wall kick, whereas BlueBob just like slid to the left. Right.
You know, we learned a kind of a fun fact. I didn't realize that when you're using the teleporter, if you hold up, it actually goes a little bit faster.
I actually did not know that. I thought you were supposed to like flick a direction. Triforce with a triple jump dive. I don't know if that's faster. Maybe he was trying to do that in the first race, but elected for the long jump instead. It's pretty cool looking. Not rolling out.
TK very much more confident this particular run compared to last run. He's got the cobwebs dusted off. Not hitting the star right there on the wall kick, so that's okay.
You can also see him do a small optimization where he just does another jump kick into the bottom of the fence, where you see BlueBob go side flip around like that, whereas Triforce just went on a more direct line, saves a few frames or a small amount of time. Just showing his experience in the category, I guess.
Heading into
BBH.
BBH, Big Boo's house. Only getting 2 stars here, of course.
I will mention that both of them choose to do this like long jump and dive. I don't know how that compares to just doing a triple jump dive over the gap. I believe it's slower, but as always with Nonstop, like things haven't really been timed.
Well, and on top of that too, I think these runners are incredibly nervous too. Not necessarily going out, pulling out all the stops. You know, taking those safer routes, those safer strats to make sure that they're not going to make any crazy mistake. Because even one little mistake here is definitely a little painful.
BlueBob not going to get the boo. I don't know what happened there. He's got to wait for it to come up. I don't really know why it didn't follow its normal pattern. But anyway, that's not too much of a difference. They're still pretty close going into SSL, which is... You might have seen them do it cleanly in the last race, but if you saw, like, D whatever versus Rock Chalk or...
Right.
Just most races in Nonstop, people are not very comfortable with this Fly Guy bounce. Okay, T-Force, TriforceTK. He's have to hold A to spin on the pillar. He got, like, a very, like, slow bounce, and that was just, like, a bit damaging.
He is going for that little signature sand long jump across again. I think he's the only runner that I've seen do that.
I don't think anyone else has done it. It looks kind of slow though. Like the sand kind of pulls you in, so you have to like long jump out in the way. It's kind of weird looking. Triforce having to adjust his camera with that falling cage in the way, but he looks fine. BlueBob off to a clean SSL as well.
A little bit of dust there, but he's still right on TriforceTK's heels.
What's he? Oh, did he not hit the first pillar?
Oh, he didn't.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing, because you don't want to go up the middle, because then you risk the RNG from the fly. As you can see, you might not hit the hitbox, and BlueBob did not trigger that time around. So, unfortunately, Triforce not going into Mario Cam. I don't know if that's just something he does. He's on emulator and doesn't have to do like typical camera angles. But that just seems really awkward, having to hold that off angle. Not really doing the jump dive off the hinge of the bridge, if you will.
I know,
like go up and over.
It is a small time save. He's just kind of running around those corners.
Mhm.
I don't know if he's just playing it safe. This is a killer. Lethal Avalanche is definitely a run killer.
Yeah. I think it's been better than his last one though. There's like
Ooh, BlueBob with the bonk.
you can judge your speed based off of that black moving platform. Okay. He's alright, BlueBob's fine.
Good. Yep, I just froze right there.
But see, Triforce is gonna make this black moving platform. And that way he won't burn himself, so he can have full HP for lava boost. And he doesn't ledge grab. Skips that. Good movement. Lava boost? Oh, he goes for the main boost. Okay, I saw him doing that, but like, just something that looks like really hard and unnecessary.
Now we've talked about that strat at the bottom of those poles where you almost spin around the pole. How difficult is that strat to pull off, especially?
I do not know. I just do the triple jump dive like he did. You'd have to ask a 16-star runner, or just someone like Tago who does 70 a lot.
BlueBob attempting to catch up, finishing up Lethal Avalanche just as TriforceTK is entering Dire Docks.
You can see his LLL was about probably like 8 to 10 seconds slower because he missed that black platform cycle. Now he went and got the coins anyway. This looks sketchy. Oh my god, BlueBob dies.
BlueBob dies on lava boost.
Wait, did BlueBob die in the last run, or did he just like kind of have to like run around for 30 seconds?
No, he actually had to run around. That was on the elevator star. Used it as a backup because he missed the long jump.
Oh, that's right. Oh, it happens again. BlueBob definitely not feeling too great. It's okay. What if you're not accustomed to that? It is so annoying because the platform where the lava boost star is, it has like a little sloped corner, which is not like a long jumpable surface. And when you run over it, you like clip down onto the lower floor. BlueBob dies again! Oh my god.
Wow.
But I do want to explain this because this is very important. When you go there, you actually have to give yourself enough space after running off of that surface to catch onto the normal floor to long jump. BlueBob is probably not aware of that, which is why he's died both times. Due to not being able to long jump. Because he's probably looking at his controller like, I pressed this A button. I'm not sure what happened. But it's just the geometry. Mario 64 has a lot of weird, buggy, and annoying hitboxes and collision.
It really does. Oh.
No early cycle for Triforce, but the most important thing is to not die.
Exactly.
You can die very easily under those like sideways moving platforms because if it comes to cover you up as you hit the lava, you just stuck under it.
You're just stuck.
You're like
what's
chain
funny
burn.
The game sometimes teases you and keeps you alive. Lets you jump and then you're dead.
Yeah. Triforce getting burnt. Another tap with the heart, even though he didn't really need it. Okay, so not a great fire seed, but I mean, it's okay.
He's got a little wiggle room. He's definitely got a little wiggle room here.
You know, he didn't die.
That's the key. You know, he was incredibly confident in TikTok clock. Very deliberate movement. I think if there's going to be any issues, wet, dry world, or even snowman land, I know that the route varied just a little bit.
Did BlueBob miss the red coin in the cage? No. Okay.
No.
I couldn't tell if the number was a 2 or a 3. Okay, he's got a lot boost. Good stuff from BlueBob. Definitely gonna save some time over Triforce. Working his way back into it. LOL. I've burned him pretty bad. He can stay in the fire.
Triforce into wet, dry world.
Now, if he had 1 less HP, he could not get burned by the fire here. I guess he chose not to anyway. I think it was Zion or someone who was showing off like a nice wall kick you could do after falling off from that platform where you get the star.
BlueBob electing to get that one up there. Definitely wanted to pad a little bit.
Yeah, pretty smart. Triforce on 4 secrets now. Gonna get top of the town, then get the 5th one. BlueBob gonna hit the throw and head upstairs. Triforce is really showing up, you know? He's not someone that, if you think of like a list of great SM64 runners, no, you think of people like BlueBob before you would think of him, but he's definitely put on a show today.
Well, the fact that, you know, he is the world record holder now, the fact that, you know, Lunar Jump held it for so long and even hit the world record once right before TriforceTK came out of nowhere and just bopped it. Just took it.
But for context, like, the category really took off with GSA's involvement, so we can really thank them for bringing this category into the limelight a little bit.
Absolutely.
And with people like Triforce coming in, they're really pushing the category to new heights. And if you look at the way it's evolved, it's only beginning. Triforce missed the first secret, by the way. Okay, that wall kick was probably a little bit of a poor decision. Taking a swim. I thought he's probably telling himself, I thought I was done with swimming.
Talking to the bomb there.
First going for like the slightly slower but definitely more consistent kick into the triple jump for secrets, rather than doing a triple jump dive as BlueBob will do. Ledge grab, okay. If you die there, you basically just have to get secrets all over again, and it's a big time loss. Probably about as much as dying in the cave. Awkward prana kill.
That was almost like a little up warp.
I'm surprised they put the prana pin that's gonna be in Smash. Like, I didn't think he was actually gonna be in a pipe. I thought he was gonna be walking around. Oh no! BlueBob, he's missed the elevators. The worst case scenario
The only thing
has
he
become
can do is
real.
triple jump to get back up.
He's gonna do the triple jump wall kick back up. Oh no!
And he
Better roll
will.
out. Okay. This looks dire for BlueBob here. This is the one thing you absolutely did not want to happen. And if
And he falls
he's dead.
again, he's dead.
If you were rooting for BlueBob, that's what you would have wanted to happen to Triforce, but Triforce with the experience and BlueBob, it might have just been 1 time out of 10, but it was this time.
Wow.
Triforce off to a commanding lead. Not dying in the cave either.
It is not over till it's over for sure.
BlueBob redeeming himself with a triple jump wall kick, but I'm sure that's not much comfort to him now. Triforce is going to have to make some major errors. Triforce is on really good pace, by the way.
He is BlueBob headed upstairs.
I
About
don't want to
one.
say exactly, but I think he could still be on for a 30. If not a 31.
It's definitely doable at this point. BlueBob about a stage behind.
Triforce is still going for that kind of comfy side flip. Also, when you do the kicks up the waterfall, you know, it might be tempting to just like try to do 1 or 2 less, you know, not waste a bunch of time on the slope. But you can actually get clipped by... Oh, he gets invisible ceilinged. Okay. At least he knows that maybe he... I'm sure he was aware of it. But like, it is a possibility. And there's also invisibles as you slide off the mountain to get to that star in the first place. There's a lot of them in TTM. There's also going to be one after you get the star from Reds, where you want to long jump over the breeze. A lot of invis walls.
and that's just not something you see in a normal 70-star run. And that's what makes.
I mean, they still exist, but
right.
You see more of them in 120 because you have to like go around the stage more. For like TTM 100, you have to avoid it at the end. But in normal 70-star, most of them aren't going to be in your way.
TriforceTK wrapping up TTM. BlueBob finishing strong out of THI here.
I just want to express that TTM, like probably outside of Tippy and LLL and SSL, is probably the hardest stage. Actually, no, I don't really want to label that, but it's definitely not one of the easy ones.
Not at all.
There's a lot of ways things can go wrong.
TriforceTK.
You can fall down the mountain like BlueBob did. You can miss mountain clip like they both did. You can die on Reds. You can die getting invis-walled. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. But Triforce got everything right.
For sure. He did dive off the head, but had a great backup. Got up there real quick to grab that star on the top of the snowman's head. Going for Reds now.
I don't really understand, like, what makes you go faster or slower on the shell. It's
I don't
one of the
either.
Things where
I've tried to experiment, I guess. You know, maybe going on slopes or... oh, very nice.
Well, you do get a speed boost, or increase your speed by jumping on the slope like Triforce did.
Again, now that invisible shell that we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm. Mario's put on his ice skates instead. Okay, that looks better than before.
BlueBob
rolling out rather than bonking so you can exit course faster. Worth noting. Good red so far from BlueBob.
BlueBob definitely still wants it.
Yeah, really nice. That's one point where the muscle memory is just the same. Awkward camera.
little show off there from BlueBob. That was very nice.
All right, Triforce in HMC.
HMC, to me, one of the easier courses.
Yeah.
It's almost like I don't want to say a little bit of a break because it's still a very difficult course, especially in 70-star nonstop or nonstop 70-star. But RNG grabbing TriforceTK a little bit, but it definitely allows you to relax a little bit before getting up to Tippy.
Oh, I know what you're trying to say. Like in normal 70-star, it is a bit of that breather that you're looking for.
Right.
Come off of some hard upstairs stages, and it gives you just a couple comfy ones before you go into the hardest stages in the game. Triforce missing the switch. That's probably like the one point of variance in HMC if you don't do the box jump route, is whether or not you hit that switch. I'm like 1 for 10 or something, or more than 10. I've only done it once the first time in a run. There's definitely a science to it that I just don't know.
Because hitting that kill zone, I mean, it's super risky, especially in a race. It's definitely super risky.
And BlueBob also doing what he did the last run by killing the blue. Triforce is going downstairs. Did he miss something? Hello?
Let's see.
I don't know what's going on. Oh no, what are you doing? He must have forgot something.
A particular star in HMC, possibly?
I think he got everything.
He got
Did he miss MIPS? You only have to get 4. Oh no.
No,
BlueBob back in this. Did he miss Toad?
he missed Toad.
Oh my god.
100%.
Okay. At that point, it would be much faster to go for a TTC 100, but he's probably like not comfortable in that. All of a sudden, he goes back into the stage so he can quit out.
TTC
Oh, man.
100, incredibly intimidating. I can definitely see why he went back downstairs. It is a
I
little
don't
bit of
know.
a time loss for him,
I
but
don't think it's like. I mean, it definitely needs practice. So if you haven't done it and you're in a race, I definitely would not recommend doing it. But it's definitely manageable. But
Yeah, with
BlueBob
this-
back in this race, maybe not entirely, but a window of light.
oh,
And he's just gonna bonk.
bonk twice.
He's been blinded. Okay, Triforce and Rainbow Ride.
Now,
Let's see
he
if he can
struggled
redeem
a
himself.
little bit up here with the Noob Cruiser after the red, so he did struggle
Yeah.
a little bit in his
He opts
last
to not do the little dive on the slope. He did like dive like
There's like
little
18
bunny
jumps over
hop.
there.
he got like 5 firsties. That's really ridiculous.
Oh, I accidentally talking with the. Oh no, yeah, that's right. They do the cannon star up here. That's correct.
But you know how you do like 6 wall kicks to get up there? Like
Right.
5 of 6 of those were firsties. It's unbelievable.
That's awesome.
I mean, it only takes 1 to fall all the way down.
He does get the long jumps this time. Straight across.
This
and-
is definitely one of the scarier parts in the game as well. You know, you could fall off of the side due to the breeze when you get the cruiser star, because obviously the star doesn't like drop you down and play the animation, right? You could
Right.
just keep going and fly off the edge. And then also getting into the cannon is a bit scary. But Triforce is no stranger to these dangers, and he's gonna get through.
One more star here in Rainbow Ride.
All right, ballsy rollout. You know
That
that could have
is-
gone wrong, and he had like 10 seconds to wait anyway. But he's definitely feeling confident in that case. BlueBob gonna have to back up his initial movement.
Definitely a little bit different of a run than what we saw for this last run coming from Triforce. Like I said, shaking off those cobwebs a little bit, getting the nerves out, and you can definitely see that within his movement.
Yeah. I just noticed something. Like the texture on his clock, it like completely covers the case with the pencil. They're just like a solid yellow polygon.
I see that.
Oh, missing a side flip. I mean, I wouldn't say he has any cobwebs to shake off. He's been going pretty hard at Nonstop. But
He did
We'll
mention
see
in
how
the,
much-
the interview that he was worried about getting a little burnt out, but man, he looks like he's not burning. He's on fire.
yeah. Oh, a firstie again. I kind of like that movement off of the Thwomp Star, where you actually go underneath and land kind of where you would do the wall kick for moving bars.
Right.
A normal side flip jump there is like, I mean, like just doing a single jump is a bit faster, but a bit riskier than doing like a side flip or something to set up your kick. Nice triple jump.
Very nice. Reds will finish out tick-tock clock for Triforce.
I'd say he's on low 32 pace. Oh no, he
Oh,
misses the
misses
star.
the star.
Okay, it's not that big of a deal. Just don't fall off again, I suppose. Okay, he's got plenty of lives too. He's done very well at not dying. BlueBob a whole TDC behind, which is actually I don't know the time without 100 coin.
It's not too bad. BlueBob opting to go for missing that triple kick, or I'm sorry, that triple jump there, opting to go for Reds first. We talked about the difference in routes between these runners, specifically in TTC, starting at the bottom, starting at the top. What's the best way to go?
This is the movement I was talking about. You have to practice if you do TTC 100. Okay. Alright, he's fine. Yeah, like that's what you have to do otherwise. So I don't know why he decided to change up the order. I don't know if there's a time difference. I'm sure there is, but I don't know how much or which is faster. He's also gonna miss a bonk there. Triforce, a second try choke jump wall kick. Will be successful. Can you get? Okay, you're gonna play it safe on the cycles. I agree with that decision. No need to throw it all away to try to save 2 seconds. In the pipe.
In the pipe.
Actually still on 31 pace. If he could get 231s, that'd probably be like the best race spread of the tournament so far.
Absolutely.
Really showing himself to be among the elite players in this category.
It's like BlueBob heading up to bits now for some TTC.
It's one thing to have world record, but it's another one to put back-to-back 31s in a run. And he's going to do just that. Redeeming himself with throws. Beautifully done.
Very
Triforce
nice.
TK going to be the winner of this round 2 matchup with a surprisingly decisive win over BlueBob, a very respectable runner, putting in very respectable times as well. A couple unfortunate circumstances, and maybe just a bit of lack of experience.
A phenomenal run from both of these runners. I mean, absolutely amazing. They pulled out all of the stops for these runs. BlueBob fallen, struggling a little bit on bits here.
He was trying to do a speed kick. He probably figures it's over. Going for some swag. Gets his second time.
Swag. All right, so let's take a look here. We're going to see if we can get these runners in here in just a second. BlueBob finishing up.
I don't think
run.
BlueBob will be disappointed in this too much, and there's really no reason to be.
Not
I think
at all.
I'm just glad to have people like him in this tournament, showing off the category and making this actually a really stacked event.
I mean, it was relatively, I don't want to say relatively unknown, this particular category, but it wasn't run as much as you're seeing now with these big name runners.
Yeah, it was just a meme category. But now it's like a minor category, but like a legitimate minor category. And
Right.
that's really cool.
All right, BlueBob going to finish up here with his third throw. 1, 2,
Yeet! Okay, can you get
Bonus.
like a 33 flat? I wonder what his PB is. Did you check before the race? I remember him
not.
having like a 33, but he might have a 32. I imagine he would. 33 flat it is. Good stuff from BlueBob. Like if you think of like he lost so much time in the volcano, but still got a 33 flat, pretty good.
For sure. Yeah, let's get these runners in here to kind of talk about what we saw today. You know, I'm really interested to ask what happened. What was the turning point for TriforceTK?
Mario.
Not seeing exactly, you know, where he got his confidence, but you can definitely see a difference. Hey guys, welcome in. Good race, amazing race between these two powerhouses. That was absolutely phenomenal, guys.
Yeah, that was
Thanks, yeah.
pretty nuts. I forgot Toad.
You did. You forgot Toad, and we were asking, oh, wait, what did he forget? Did he forget a star? No. What's going
Well,
on? So
I have like a copy of my splits way on the right, and I glanced over just in case. I saw that I had 57, and then I saw 58, and the diaper filled up quite fast when I saw that.
I bet. So, you know, the first race was incredibly close. You guys were, I'm talking frame by frame through HMC.
For real.
Amazing runs. You guys did truly awesome.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't know
like
if I'd
that
say
first
about
one was-
myself either.
I think like that first run could be described as a diaper filler. I have to use the
Sure.
same analogy again because like I died in the volcano and I fell in the volcano,